All right, so I guess we've got the third installment of the PitchCast, and we're gonna have Biv today,
Yes. Hello.
and Randy,
Hello.
and Ruigi,
What up?
and myself, Sean. Hello. I think we kind of just want to talk about Fallout. What is it? 76? Fallout 76?
Fallout 76.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of rumors going around. They've only released the trailer, right?
Yeah, after shit posting basically on Twitch for like, what was it, 24 hours or something like that, or 12 hours? They basically had a blank stream, basically the Overwatch thing again. It was just a stream of a Fallout bobblehead and please stand by stream. And at some point, every couple hours something would have someone walk by, or like I think they put the bobblehead on its side and give it a blanket overnight, turn the lights off.
What does that mean for the game? Is it symbolism?
Viral marketing.
I don't know. I think the blanket represents something.
Like a blanket of secrecy around the game.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Or like the warm, inviting gaming community enveloping the game and accepting it no matter what.
No matter how bad a battle royale it is.
Is it a battle royale?
It's probably a battle royale. But yeah, so no one really knows anything. Yeah, there hasn't been anything official but the trailer.
All right,
But
let's close it up.
yeah, but there was Kotaku actually reported and cited 3 sources that said it was going to be an online multiplayer game similar to Daisy and Rust.
Ugh.
It said inspired by Daisy and Rust.
So a sociopath simulator.
They said Rust in the article.
Yeah, that's what it was. And actually, this was also there was also a post on Our Gaming Today shortly before the announcement, before the trailer went live, saying that it was going to be, Fallout 76, and on 4chan, take it with you will, on /v of December of last year, someone said there was going to be Fallout 76 and that it was going to be a multiplayer online game in the vein of Daisy and Rust.
Jeez.
And I think 100% like the Fallout series could easily transition into a multiplayer survival. I don't know how they'll do the server setups for it, but easily transition to that. Like you're basically doing it already just alone.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, Rust is basically Fallout.
Okay. Whoa.
I mean, it's very similar in the lore, but yeah, no, it's totally amazing. Like so much of this, if it was like Conan, but in the Fallout universe, that would be amazing. I think.
Well, I think if they go with the route of survival, like the series, even on its own, it lends itself. Like you can have single player missions and quests along with the survival aspect with other people, like attacking your settlements and all that shit, right?
I don't know. I mean, if they have a nice idea where it's like, oh, you hold settlements and little towns and people can trade with each other, it's still going to be just fucking shooting and killing each other nonstop.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it may also break down into factions too, right? Because there's quite a few cities that they could play with or incorporate.
See, that's what I would wonder, and that's what I think is going to make or break it. I don't think that they can go like full sandbox without it just being a shit show.
And another thing I really hope, is if they do have cities, that they have like safe zones and stuff like that in the city. Like it kind of takes me back to like if I'm thinking of, I think it was Lineage, the way their raid system worked. Like a faction could hold it's basically a city or castle or fortress, and like it was only raidable at certain times. Other than that, it was like a safe zone. Everyone could go in and out, but this faction controlled it and they received taxes from it, like things that were purchased there or whatever.
Yeah, or even like built into the game, so to speak, like there's like the raiders, you'd start the game, you join, one of the camps, you're like the settlers or the raiders.
The fact that they specifically said Daisy and Rust makes me worried that it's just going to be build your own base and survive. and then it's just pass.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if like that could still be in there, but like if they have like the faction for city control and stuff, that'll kind of remove, you getting zerged by a bunch of big guys because they're going to be busy dealing with the cities and planning out for like defense and raiding of other big cities, right?
And it could still end up being like a 4-player co-op shooter or something like that.
That
too.
would be my.
So maybe kind of make it like Borderlands.
Yeah, with like a hub world that you can build on your settlement, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
There hasn't really been like Conan is a weird example, but there hasn't been like a co-op, unless you guys can think of something, where you like 4 or 5 friends get together, build a base and survive and shit, and someone's doing the same thing on the same map, but there's like little to no focus on you guys killing each other. There's like an actual
7 Days to
quest
Die.
lines.
The PvP's ass. And the
That's
game kinda
another
looks like
thing.
shit.
Isn't like Fallout's like gunplay and shit leave something to be desired?
Yeah, and that's the thing is that, and I had a buddy who was real weird about it. I mean, and 4 is more of a shooter than any of them have been, but at their core before they were RPG games, not shooters. So it's not a shooter with RPG element. It was an RPG with shooter elements.
Has anyone actually played a playthrough of Fallout where they didn't use melee or VATS or both? Because I don't think I've ever shot one of the guns. I think I always go into the VATS system and target something.
I hope it has VATS and you could just start it and sit there and leave and everyone has to wait.
I think maybe like the first, actually a significant portion of 3, I probably did without VATS.
I did every single playthrough in New Vegas, and I've done multiple playthroughs of just about every Fallout.
Oh, really? Because I played Fallout 3 probably twice. I couldn't get into New Vegas, and I played like first hour of 4
What
and
the
gave up.
fuck?
So this does nothing for me.
I've done a shitload of 4 and still haven't finished. I think it's an amazing story and an amazing world to work with if they go this route. I mean, if they go Battle Royale, Bethesda can literally shove its head up its own ass.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing, is the setting and the lore too. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm big on the Fallout shit. So it's an actual vault, and it has like canon to it, and it's canon. The Vault 76 is outside of Washington D.C., and it was one of 20 what was called control vaults. Because as in Fallout, the vaults were really like this big social experiment with all these really fucked up ones. You would have been a good game, Fallout 77. It's a vault with one guy and a box of puppets.
Jesus. Is this Fallout like the SCP?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, all the vaults are pretty much accounted for.
Like there was a vault with like 1 man and 1,000 women, and then a vault with 1,000 men and 1 woman, and they're just all fucked up experiments. But Vault 76 was actually what was called a control vault, and it did exactly what it said it was supposed to do. Is that it would open up 20 years later. So, and it's actually confirmed in the trailer. I don't know if it's like on the Pip-Boy or something. They confirmed the year, and it's set a good like 100 to 200 years before the modern Fallout. Like it predates Fallout 1 by like 100 years or so. So it could be a completely different, it's still like the beginning of the apocalypse.
Or it's actually 1976 and the vault opened prematurely. And so now you're just, rolling around looking at 1976 Washington.
And actually the song in there is from like the 70s, the song in the trailer.
I think we cracked it.
It's a bit later from the
Go see Rocky in theaters. Or Logan's Run.
Are you looking at movies that were out in 1976?
Yes.
But yeah, it's was it Take Me Home Country Road?
Yeah, I like that cover. I watched the trailer recently before we did this, and it looks cool. It doesn't tell you anything. I like how the jumpsuit, the letters are gold instead of yellow. That's the big selling point for me.
Like gold dust.
Yes.
And it's almost kind of patriotic to this, 76. I think
I
there was
instantly
something
thought a Soldier 76.
Yeah, I was about to say, what about 1776?
And so does that lead more credence, a little more credence to the, should we be talking about then what a Fallout hero shooter would look like?
Ugh.
What's the meta in that?
What if it's
Mutants with giant
Yeah, you
hammers.
said ghouls and death claws.
Ghouls are like the rogues or whatever. I guess. I don't know.
what if they make it into a MOBA?
Ooh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, like it's a clicker MOBA, so like your 4,000 actions a second will win you everything.
I think it could make a good RTS.
Same thing, really.
You know what? It reminded me of BioShock 2's multiplayer. I don't know if you ever played that. Just the trailer.
There was that little thing on the bed that almost looked like a Big Brother type thing. There's like a little suit or something, almost like a Diving Bell suit.
I just know BioShock 2 multiplayer. If you ever played it, you basically are in your apartment, level 1, and to play games, you go to the door or some shit, or then you get into team deathmatch games. But your apartment's like your hub or whatever, where you level up and you get new abilities and stuff. And then as you level up, the story evolves and Rapture, starts to fall apart, and your apartment gets shittier. And in the distance, you see explosions and stuff. I don't know if they'd ever go that direction, but it just reminded me of that.
Maybe it seemed like a Destiny, but more PvE based.
Well, let's take it one step further. What if this is a crossover?
With what?
What if what happened in BioShock was 100 years before the other vaults, and that's like the apocalypse, and you're coming out, and now you're in BioShock, but you're a Fallout vault dude?
I think BioShock Infinite kind of shot that theory because they have like infinite universes, and
This is one of them.
I guess, but you need a lighthouse and a girl.
It'll be there. If you look in the distance, actually, in Fallout 3, when you're on top of one of the main buildings and you look out, there is a lighthouse.
All right, well,
I mean, I'm lying, but
I'm sold. Damn it.
There's a couple lighthouses. I mean, there's Lookout Point.
if you build, and in 4, if you build that one fort up right, it's kind of a lighthouse.
But actually, no. Actually, it is canon that I believe Skyrim is in the same world as Fallout, but it's actually like far, far in the future.
Who said that?
There's Nirnroot in Fallout 4.
Wait, so Fallout 4 is in the future or Skyrim's in the future?
I think the way the fan theory came down, but there is Nirnroot. It's basically it's like an Easter egg. There's Nirnroot in Fallout 4, and the way that it was explained or something about the journal entry about it made it seem that Skyrim was actually after Fallout.
Huh.
Yes, I agree with that statement. Huh.
I mean, after the second apocalypse and then all the radiation, that's how Magic and Dragons came about. Where the fuck do you think else came from?
Okay, so what do you think the odds are that Bethesda pulls some EA bullshit and you pay to play loot crate garbage?
I think they're on like the alert or whatever. They're on the defensive. They're like, oh, we're not doing that. Like right out of the gate. Like, we're cool. We don't have loot crates.
Yeah, and Battlefield just did the same.
Yeah, but which is like totally,
Except Fallout's already guilty of doing loot crates on the mobile phone or the mobile game.
But that's a mobile game.
Yeah, that's
Well, it's still a loot crate that you buy.
I mean, like the DLCs for 4 weren't great, but they weren't like trash.
If it's a multiplayer focused thing, like whatever, I'm sure it'll have some bullshit that everyone will complain about. Whether it's loot crate or some, even people hate like pre-order bonuses.
Oh, I love pre-order bonus.
It's funny you mention that because you know what? This time, because I didn't do it on Fallout 4, I couldn't pull the trigger. If they have some sort of package for pre-order where you can get like the bobblehead and like a Pip-Boy and shit, I'm fucking doing it this time. I'm not going to hesitate. I am going to buy that. Even if I don't play the game, I want that little fucking bullshit.
You can buy a bobblehead, Sean. You don't have to spend $250.
You can't get the Pip-Boys though.
I'm sure you can find a Pip-Boy bobblehead.
No, I mean, what? No, I mean the actual Pip-Boy for your wrist.
Whoever that dude is.
Vault Boy?
The Pip-Boy's the thing on your wrist, yeah.
Vault Boy, okay, whatever.
Yeah, the Pip-Boy's the thing on their wrists. Like the computer.
Whatever.
I'm just saying you can't find that cheap, and it was like gone like really fast.
Yeah. You're looking at like $500 for like a broken one out of the box.
Yeah. So like I think if they do something like that, I'm going to pull the trigger on that without a question. I mean, I fuck the game if it sucks. I just want that shit.
How much do you think it'll cost?
I think for 4 it was like $200 for the whole, like you
No,
get
I
a whole
mean,
bunch of
the
shit.
actual game. too.
Actually, there is, and that might be a kind of point of contention too. There is, because of course there fucking is. You can pre-order it on Amazon with 20% discount with Amazon Prime.
Ooh.
Yeah, get us a referral link for that. No, but no, actually, I just saw that and I clicked through, and it's $60, but it's obviously placeholder. You know, it says it's delivering or whatever. You know, December 31st, 2019. So,
Oh yeah.
but you
This is
can
far away.
$60. Well,
Why are
who
we even
knows?
talking about this?
Hype train, baby.
No, I'm just saying it's just a placeholder fucking thing.
I
It's
know,
just
okay.
Amazon being greedy. Like, hey, we'll take your money now. Hold on.
So we can say that the game's at least $59.99.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Times
I
are
mean, and if
changing.
it's really not a full on game, I don't think people. Well, but look at Sea of Thieves. At the same time, Sea of Thieves is $60 out the gate.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
and the rumors and what the rumors was is, and how it came about too. And I think this leads a lot of credibility to the leaks too. Was that the story is that when they were developing 4, they had kind of played around with multiplayer and trying to get that in the game, and it didn't really pan out, or they didn't have the resources, whatever. But they kind of spun it off on the side and worked on that, and that's what became Fallout 76.
Well, that's what I was thinking just now, actually, like with them not calling it Fallout 5 or putting it in a sequential order.
yeah, they skipped to 76. We're gonna get 5, 6, and 7 through 75 next.
Yeah, so like this is like it makes it seem kind of like it's going to be like a side game, maybe, versus like a full on Fallout.
Because I was gonna say, if there's no story and it's all survival sandbox, I man, 60 is a lot. Especially like just a shitty Rust clone. I'd hope for at least like 40.
But can you call it a shitty Rust clone when it would be better than Rust in every possible way? I mean,
I don't think it
not
will
not
be.
in the toxicity way.
at
Like
all.
it'll still be a shit show like that, but like quality of the game, mechanics, like there's no way you can't beat Rust.
No, I think
I think it really depends. You know, I mean, I think it's going to be better. I mean, it should. I do have at least faith it'll be better than a lot of indie companies or smaller games would come out. I mean, it's a AAA publisher. You know, it's going to be a AAA game. So it's just whether or not like what direction they go with it. If they I think there's a lot of really good ideas out there that they could really work with to make it something special. I don't think it's just going to be like your typical Rust clone.
I hope you can get married in it.
I think it's going to be the building system from 4
For sure.
with some sort of weird multiplayer, and you're going to go in your base, and it's going to be a trading card game.
I think if they basically take 4 and make it multiplayer, it would be better than like Rust easily.
I just don't even think you can compare the two. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Are you basing that on like AAA versus no way?
No, just like the way Rust is like survival, and that would be, I don't even know what. Would you just build anywhere with that building system? That'd be so shit.
It would be that they'd have to create a claiming system, like the same as Rust does. So like you'd have to claim a plot of land.
Ugh, this is just not something
Well,
I
no,
want to play
I
at
would
all.
see. Yeah, no, I'd see it would probably be something. I would say instance housing would be the biggest bet, is where, you know, you've got your fort or whatever that you can invite your buddies to, or you can go to, and then that's the hub where you jump out to do stuff. And maybe there's
But
some
what
stuff. I don't know. Content. I'm sure there's going to be content.
Or like you can own apartments in cities. Yeah, there has to be. There's no way I see Bethesda not releasing some sort of storyline to it. But like I said, like with it being a 76 and not like a 5, I feel like it'll just be kind of like a side game
Like New
to
Vegas.
the Fallout series.
Vegas
So
was
bad.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, New Vegas was fine.
I
like
like
Vegas
trying to
was-
piss off Luigi.
Like I think like I played 3 and I didn't care too much about it, but like New Vegas actually hooked me in with the story and stuff. So I'll give that as the Fallout that really brought me into the series. despite me not having finished 4.
Yeah, I mean, I just if there was hub bases that you and your friends can go to, and there's no like quest lines or anything, it'd be like trying to think. I mean, you mentioned Destiny earlier. What was that? It was just raids and some missions, right? I could see it working a little bit like that, maybe.
They're definitely going to have a raid, like instance raids. Like you go to this factory to reclaim whatever, and you and a few people fight your way through whatever.
I'd like to see, the NPCs coming where you can get like settlers for your stuff, or even have some like macro level, colony management shit. So it's like you go to that fucking factory and then like you get supplies, or now you get so much materials from there, or you rescue these people that come back to your base, and then you can go send them to work in this field that you fucking took over from super mutants or what the fuck ever. Like there's a lot of potential there.
So would you say it could either be really good if they do it right, really bad if they make a mistake?
I don't think it'll be a bad game, whatever it is.
The weird thing is with it being multiplayer, and if it's a single price, and I mean I hate to say this, without a subscription, the game won't really truly survive, and it will eventually shut down. Like give it like a 5-year lifespan. There's a chance that they may end up going to like some sort of monthly sub, like you pay $5, even if it's a small amount, like $5 a year or something.
Yeah, and what if that ends up? I mean, if it ends up like a more traditional survival game, then is it going to be something that people can host servers, or there'll be an offline thing?
If this is like DayZ or Minecraft with Fallout, I mean, fuck.
But I mean, if it's even if it's like that, like the resources needed to run Fallout, like a Fallout universe versus a Rust universe, like I could put Rust on an Android. It might not run that great, but it'll probably fucking run it. Like Fallout will set a server on fire.
I don't think it's gonna look as good as you think.
You think they'll just dumb it down?
But I do think it'll be a fixed map. Yeah, I don't think it'll be like ProcGen or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna have to be at least a little dumbed down if like you're gonna build your own shit. Like if there's pre-made cities in the game, that'd be cool. But
yeah, I don't think it's going full.
Just like without VATS,
safe zones.
How the hell are you gonna do combat?
I didn't mind not using VATS.
Mad Max 3 had you guys play the multiplayer in Mad Max 3? It actually had a system.
I never even played Mad Max 3. What is that? It had
a system with bullet time where it would it was
Max
like your
Payne
own vision.
3. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I love Max Payne. You said Mad Max.
Oh.
So confused. Max Payne 3.
Mighty Max.
I love the bullet time because it only affected people who were looking at it.
I could live without VATS.
I mean, they just, if it's a straight Fallout 4 pasted into
as
this.
Long as they have, I'm gonna miss what I'll miss from this is the slow-mo, head rolling. That shit never gets old. The bloody mess perk. I mean, come the fuck on. If there's not a bloody mess perk, I'm fucking done.
The cool thing about Max Payne 3 was the final kill was slow-mo for everybody, and that happened. You know what I mean? So, like, if it was 4-on-4 and the last guy died, everyone watched that last guy die in slow motion and, him fall down a staircase bleeding from the head, shit like that. If Fallout did do a shooter or a hero shooter, whatever you were talking about, then yeah, VATS for the final kill would be awesome.
Now, could you imagine them doing a Fortnite Battle Royale style with their building system? So you're like dropping like chunks of metal to build a ramp to the moon, and then
oh god, I can, but I don't want to. They'll have bottle caps instead of V-Bucks.
Yeah,
this is what it's gonna fucking be.
Well, it's official. Fuck Fallout 76. It's a fucked up game.
You fucking kids ruined everything.
Here's a question. So the vault, the 76 vault 76, if you will. How many people are supposed to be in that?
500.
Of course, I'm just saying, is it supposed to be like we're all from Vault 76 going out into the world? Or is it like
I don't know.
Server is Vault 76 going to be a part of the map?
What if Vault 76 is like the end game? So you start out, you're not even in the fucking vault. You're not even a fucking vault dweller.
But you
have to go.
How many other vaults were there in the Washington area?
There's quite a lot.
Because maybe you can pick.
Fallout 3 was in DC.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's a good. I mean, as far as like canon listed like description of vaults, there's probably over 100. But
It was Vault 101, right?
yeah, but there's not a vault listed for every single number. Well, and then it's used to say how many there really are, but they haven't all been mentioned.
Wait, no. Biv just had a shocked gasp.
No, I did that because there's not a vault for every numbers.
Oh,
I've been lied to.
I thought you'd had some sort of
No. I'm definitely not reading about.
Well, at least in the
Fallout 70.
in the lore.
Yeah, that's cool. I just think either that or like I wouldn't mind the vault being the hub world, and then you go out into the world to do all your shit.
Yeah. Or if you started a different vault and like Ryuji said, Vault 76 is the end game, and then like if there's spots where there are safe zones, so that like you can actually go in and trade your bottle caps to an NPC without getting your fucking head.
What if it's State of Decay but Fallout?
That's what I was thinking originally. Like, State of Decay is fun, but it'd be a lot more fun if it was a persistent world that we could, you could play co-op, but you could also go in and
have a
State of
playthrough
Decay,
together,
first person or whatever, Fallout style. That'd be cool.
I think really now it's just a matter of waiting and seeing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
See what they say at E3.
We'll all look like idiots in a month.
Yeah, it won't even be a game. It's just going to be like an animated series on TV or something.
The second E3 podcast?
Yeah.
Did we do a pre and post last year or something?
Post, and then before that we did like a Q&A or something like that.
No, now you're just making extra work.
We'll do an E3 one again, and we'll try to do these more often, but still try and figure it out. Hey, welcome to podcast 76. We're just trying to figure it out. We skipped.
We're still trying to figure it out.
5 through 75.
That's the theme of every single podcast.
I feel we should totally make this podcast 76, PitchCast 76.
Before we wrap it up, though, I want to do something. So we can revisit it later when the game actually comes out. Let's do a preemptive review or whatever you think it's going to be. I'll start. I think they've said Rust and Daisy specifically, so I'm very worried. I think it is going to be a hard 6 out of 10, and going to play it for probably a good weekend or two, and then every once in a while visit it, when they patch it. But it's going to be just like, no thank you.
What do you think, Randy?
I just hope for a new Fallout map with co-op and not shitty RPG systems with decent weapons. That's it.
What do you got? What's your rating out of 10 though? Like, what's your estimated rating?
It doesn't exist out of 10.
All right, Ryuji, what you got?
Okay, I think it's gonna be a very casual kind of interpretation of the typical sandbox survival game. I think they're gonna look at some of the issues and some of the ideas, and they're gonna get it more casual. There'll be like fucking agree to PvP shit or something, or safe zones. I think they'll work out a pretty decent system to where it's not just reading kids, and it's gonna be I'd say 8 out of 10.
Ooh,
probably.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know it is because it's Fallout. So it could be shit. I liked Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, unironically. So
all right. Ryuji went in hard on that one. All right, I'd probably lean towards where Biv is at 6. Like, I'll probably give it 6.2 just to give it a little bit of an edge. I think if they do it right, it'd be super awesome to see that universe made into multiplayer. If it turns into some sort of toxic cancer, I'm all out. But either way, I will pre-order if they have a sweet swag package, because I just want the loot.
Give me the loot.
I'm a bad boy.
What? It's a free-to-play battle royale. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm all out, but I'm still buying the package.
We all know it's a free-to-play battle royale, but you can hope for the co-op Fallout experience.
Yeah.
Wait for Fallout 77.
Yeah, fuck. All right, so that's it for the podcast. Hit that subscribe button. Check us out on Patreon, and say goodbye, everybody.
I was just gonna say the full RustQuest session is on Patreon if anyone wants to listen to 2 hours of RustQuest. Well, the first one is free, so you can go listen to that.
What do you guys think that Fallout 76 will be? Leave a comment. I want to hear what you guys think it'll be.
All right, so there you have it. You've just listened to PitchCast 76. Say goodbye. Bye.
Later.